everybody, this is Pramita here, and this is going to be a new listing in my shop, and this is once again a wraparound kind of journal. I hope you can see it. It has a lot of beadwork as well as some buttons. I'll show this in detail once I open this baby up. I hope my lighting is, I don't know, today it's very cloudy, and maybe you are having difficulty in seeing this, I don't know, but this is a big charm, and here you can see you have all kinds of beads stitched around with a little bit of crown. So that's a charm that I have stitched on. This is a kind of patchwork cover that I've been working on. I hope the lighting situation is a little bit better. So this is a patchwork cover that I've been working on. I did do one before, and this is the second one that I've done, and I'm kind of enjoying this. This is a wraparound sort of thing. It has a lace border all around, and it's like a tiny clutch. So it has a muslin closure with a glass bead, as you can see, but each one is a little bit different because it's very difficult for me to make exactly same journals. I don't know, maybe how people do it, I still have to figure it out. So even if I make two journals of the same style, I have to make some sort of differences. So here is the beading that you can see. Here is a little bit of Zardozi lace that I've used, and at the back you can see there are some vintage fabrics like this one, and more so over here, this one, then there are some vintage fabrics over here, this one, these are all vintage ones. So this is how it looks when you open it up. I'm completely out of frame. So this is how it looks when you're opening it up. The previous one didn't have pockets, so this time around I added small pockets, not very big, but it can hold a few stuff. Like it has two journaling cards that I've altered a little bit, and I'm going to add a few more at the back. So these are like small tiny tags that you can use, that I'm going to add over here, and like this, and then you can have a tiny one. So these tags you can use in your journals, or you can just put them as it is. At the front you have a vintage fabric, and I sort of use this because it kind of mimics the front page. This is a pretty chunky journal. I think it has more than 60 pages, around 70. I'm not sure. I need to check that, and you'll have all the description in the listing of my Etsy shop. So if when you see this video up, you know that this has been listed. And this comes with two journaling options in the front pocket, and this one is a double pocket. So I have made a tiny crocheted trim pocket at the back, so you can put something over here. Here this card says to an address, so I've added that at the front pocket so that whoever gets this can put in her details over here. So that's that. So here you get a big pocket, and this is a vintage, this was actually a part of a vintage doily. I've just trimmed it out and I've made it to look like a rosette. I mean, the rosettes were already there in the doily, but I just cut out the elements and then I've stitched them to look like a flower and a leaf sort of thing, because it has a rose kind of theme going on. So you'll see along the way. So this is the front page. It has lace trims, a memory decks kind of pocket which has a journaling option. This goes in here, doily, This is a half page that I've added. These are some journaling options that you have that you can journal on. This is a layered kind of pocket with a little bit of die cut over here, and the pages are very slightly stenciled, not much, because they are already heavily tea stained. And this is another one, and this is actually a journal within the journal. So what I wanted to do is, like, when you have some sort of occasion coming up in the month, an anniversary or a birthday or some special event that's going on in that month, or you want to document that separately from your daily journaling or whatever, you can use these kind of booklets, which is a booklet inside the main journal. So I'm going to show what I mean. So I'm going to open this up. This is tied with a sari silk ribbon, and as you can see, this is the front page. And as you open this up, here is a altered envelope that I had done with vellum pocket, and this has a pocket over here. I'm going to put something in so that you know that, yeah. So this actually is a double pocket, so you can put something inside as well as something at the back. And this actually has quite a few pages. So you have 6 pages over here, and at the back of this journal there are some tiny journaling options that I have given. This is a tiny tag, another tag, and this I've just added, and I'm going to add a few more, so you'll have some extra journaling journaling options when you're using this notebook. You can add your dates, like you can put this over here and add your date, or you can just put it over here and add your date. So it's just an extra journal in itself. So that's that. So I can close this up and then tie it. So I have done this before, but I had not added pockets in those before. This is a journal in its entirety attached to the main journal. So this is another page. This is a paperweight page. This is I think from some paper pack, and this is another of those altered vellum window envelopes, and it has a journaling card inside, and this is also a double pocket, so you can put something over here as well as something over here. So here is another journaling option. So that's that. And this was actually a vellum page, vellum strip that I had, so I decided that I'm going to add that as an extra bit. So what you can do is you can glue this part and make it into a pocket, but I have not done anything. I've just folded it up, and this is a envelope made from Edith Holden book page, and what I've done is I've just decorated this a little bit with some music paper, some images, and it closes up like this, so you can use it like this, but I'm just using it with a paper clip. Now the paper clip is also altered paper clip, so I hope you can see it. You get 2 of these. One is like this. This is a fabric one, and I have attached this envelope with this paper clip, so you can just use it like so. And it adds an instant kind of decoration to your page, embellished. It gives an embellished kind of look. So you have this, and then you get another half page. So what I've done is I've added a little bit of vintage doily part, because I was trying to use a little bit of it. So this is another envelope. This is a empty envelope. You don't have anything inside, but you can put something here. So I have that. So envelope, and this is a map page, and this is a big pocket. So the pockets are a little bit altered with lace and trims and stuff like that. At the back you have a handkerchief pocket. So this has been sewn into this page, and I've added a little bit of lace interest. This is a book page, vintage botanical book, so I've used that because I thought it would go well with the botanical theme that is happening in this journal. This is actually in a standard size traveler's notebook, but since I'm using the wraparound cover, you cannot put this in your traveler's notebook, so you have to use this as a standalone one. But if you are careful, then you can reuse these covers by snipping off the stitching and then restitching this journal. Then you can get this cover to use as it is. But I'm coming up with a style whereby you can reuse the cover and you can just insert your journals inside. So I might come up with that very soon, I don't know. But right now I'm just I don't have the time to coordinate all those kind of things right now. So maybe I'm going to do a journal, only the stitched journal stuff right now. So maybe later, I'm not sure. So this is another pocket, and this is a page from the cardstock paper. So I have actually used a pattern paper. This is not any digital kit. I have used a pattern paper kit. I think it's called vintage roses or something like that. And this is another page. This is a vellum page. And okay, so here we have a little bit of booklet. So this booklet is actually, you can journal over here, but this is actually a pocket. So you can put something at the back. So there are quite a few things like this along the way. This is just a simple pocket, some stenciled elements, and this is the center of the signature. Now the center of the signature is a little bit different than what I do usually. This has 4 pockets, 2 on each side. So each of the pockets have a little bit of journaling cards, you can say. So each of the 4 pockets come with journaling cards. And that's how they are. They are separate compartments sort of thing. And this is the back. This is the middle part. And then this is the other page. All the tea-dyed papers that I've used here are mostly tea-dyed, baked and then ironed out, because papers had crinkled up a lot and I had to smoothen them out. So this is another layered pocket that I have done. The pockets are pretty simple looking, but I wanted to add a little bit of extra, jazz it up a little bit. So I've layered with a few elements like book page, some lacy trims and stuff like that. So this is another page. This is a pocket. Okay, and this is the other side of the vintage botanical book. I also have a video whereby I show how you can reuse these pages. You can just cover this up and journal over here, or you can use gesso if you have gesso, or if you don't want to tamper with the information out here, what you can do is you can just take a small paper and add a hinge with washi tape or something, and then you can add extra journaling papers over here. Similarly, you can do it the same thing over here. So this is another of those handkerchief pockets, and here is a journaling card. This is another simple pocket of sorts, and these are the cards. The paper pack was absolutely divine, and I think I did make another of the journals from this paper pack. And I don't have any more of this paper right now, so I won't be able to make any more. So I'll have to look for something else. So here is another altered paper clip. Sorry. Here is another altered paper clip. I have added a bulb pin with a little bit of bead and lace and stuff like that. So this can be added to your journal. So these things, add instant pop to your journal. So this is the other side of the vellum page which I've added, and fabric ruffle. This is another pocket, and there is a lot of silk, lace trims and stuff going on. This is another, those Rolodex kind of half page pockets. Why half page? I'm going to show you that. This page was only this bit, and what I've done is I've glued only this part, and this is pretty open pocket sort of thing. So if you want, you can open this up. Here are two spaces. You can put something here like so, and then close this up. So I might add this one over here. So you can close this up with this tie and keep it tucked over here. So this becomes a pocket. So that's that. This is the doily. This is the back page, and you get this as a, ephemera bits. So there are lots and lots of ephemera. There's a charm inside. I hope you can see it. And there's also a big charm outside. Big one outside. And also you have that altered paper clip with a little bit of bud pen charm. So it's up to you. If you don't want so many charms, you can take it out and use it somewhere else. So this is how they look, and I hope you like it. So if you are interested, you can go and visit my shop. So this will be in my shop listed, and here are some more beads. I've just strung them around this lacy bit. So that's that. Thank you everybody. Thank you for watching. Bye. Have a great day.